Welcome back. Returning to one of our top stories, a 73-year-old man has died when a flight from London to Singapore experienced extreme turbulence. Dozens of other passengers have been taken to hospital, including 7 people who were critically injured. Joining us live is aviation expert Geoffrey Thomas. Jeff, good to see you. Thanks for your time. This was clearly a terrifying experience for all on board. What went wrong?
Look, absolutely terrifying, no question about it. The aircraft has encountered a severe turbulence event. The exact cause we're not sure of yet, whether it's thunderstorm related, but more likely clear air turbulence, which is either associated with jet stream activity or a wind shear event where you have a violent change in wind direction, either in the vertical or the horizontal. These things are very difficult to predict, particularly the clear air. Thunderstorm is much easier. The aircraft has initially gone down about 10 to 15 metres and then has climbed up, then down again and up and down again. It's been 3 basic actions that have upset the aircraft and the passengers. Total movement from its original flight path, altitude of 37,000 feet, was about 110 metres. There were reports of it plummeting 6,000 feet or 2,000 metres. That was actually after the event, and that was actually a controlled descent towards Bangkok. But it'll take some time for us to know exactly what caused this, but it seems to be clear air turbulence.
Does it sound like the pilot and staff response was best practice? I mean, this is an airline that has a very good reputation.
Look, indeed, and all the reports coming from the passengers were that the crew did a terrific job. Unfortunately for the crew, they were in fact serving a meal at the time, which made the whole situation far worse, with meal trays flying everywhere, food carts, and then of course the injuries to the flight attendants themselves. There's quite a bit of vision of them with cuts to their head and whatnot. So a very, very difficult situation, I think, handled very well by Singapore Airlines.
Jeff, are we seeing more reports of turbulence in the air, and are certain parts of the world more at risk of severe turbulence than others?
Look, we are indeed, Ash. A report done by the University of Reading in the United Kingdom, which was updated recently. The original report was in 2017, updated in 2023, has shown that over the North Atlantic, which was their study area, turbulence has increased over the last 40 years. This is severe turbulence by 55%, moderate turbulence by 37%, and light turbulence by 17%. Now, that's and in their analysis, that study that those findings can be replicated right across the globe as well, and this is all due to changing weather patterns that have impacted aviation. Now, on the upside to that, aircraft are fitted now with very sophisticated what's called multi-scan radars that can give the pilots a very good picture of thunderstorms up to 500 kilometres ahead of the aircraft, and some turbulence issues up to 50 kilometres ahead of the aircraft, which gives them a much better chance of avoiding them. The other thing that's happening is airlines around the world are cooperating through the International Air Transport Association with sharing data far more robustly than they have in the past from one aircraft to another to air traffic control. As soon as they encounter some turbulence, that information is relayed everywhere. And this then helps the aircraft following on the same flight track to avoid that turbulence incident. So there are some factors in the positive, and there's some factors in the negative.
Geoff Thomas, always appreciate your analysis. Thanks so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure, Ash.